Hi everybody, this is Greg Harding and thanks for joining me again. This is part 2 of a perspective control series that I'm doing. If you've seen part 1, you'll have seen that we've done some corrections just in Lightroom 5 using the profile corrections and the perspective correction set within Lightroom 5. This time round I'm going to look at using a different program. It's called DXO Perspective, and you can see that here. And all we've done is I've just exported this image out as a JPEG. It's uncorrected, and put it into DXO Perspective. So you can see this is the resultant file. In DXO Perspective, this is a very cut down version to the full suite that DXO do, and they do some very impressive software for photographers, so you might want to go check it out. But this is a standalone piece of software that doesn't cost more than a couple of quid. Certainly not as much as a cup of coffee. So you might want to just look at using this just to correct your perspectives or to do some creative things to your files. I just want to talk through just the layout as it is. It's a very simple, easy to use, easy to get along with. You've got these little lines and a little pivot areas where you can grab them and pivot the lines. Up here on the right hand side we have all different types of perspective control. You can see the moment we jump from sort of the vertical ones to horizontal, to multiple ones where you can skew it, and to multiple nodes where you can set your horizontals, top and bottom, and it will control all of those for you. So it's a pretty powerful bit of kit, but at the moment all I'm going to look at is just the two horizontals because I want to correct the converging verticals of this building. Okay, we're just going to look at, I'm just going to press reset for a second, and that puts us back to square one. So the idea is to move these lines across such that you find a nice line on your building where you can pull it around, and all I'm looking to do is to mirror or make parallel this line with the line of the building. Okay, and that looks pretty good. And what you can do is just to lay it on top and just make sure that that's absolutely bob on, and then move it away. Okay, and I'm just going to do that same on the other side here. I'm just going to use the line of this building here just to line my little marker up, and the longer the line you can manage, the better. Look for lines in the buildings, look for edges on the buildings to line up against, and then all you need to do, once you're happy with that being set as it is, you can just press apply, and you can see it does a pretty good job of aligning everything. So all of our buildings are nice and straight. One of the nice things about DXO Perspective is that if that's too upright for you, you can switch to a more natural mode, which will allow you to do a small amounts of reduction to the perspective control, just to make it look more natural while straightening the lines up. I kind of like just the full-on straight lines, please, so I don't bother too much with the natural ones. And you can see that it automatically crops this waist area from where the camera didn't capture. So you can see it's a very clean, simple, easy to use, easy to get along with program. You don't need a lot of technical knowledge. You just need to line up a couple of lines and it does it for you. You don't really need to know too much. Once you're happy with that, you can just save it out as whatever you like, a TIFF or a JPEG or whatever. So so there we are. Very quick, very simple DXO Perspective. Not much more than a couple of quid. Go off to the App Store, find it, or go to DXO, their website, and download it there. So very simple, very straightforward, great alternative to using Photoshop You know, a lot of photographers get hung up that you've got to go straight into Photoshop and just get on with it. But there are lots of alternatives, and they don't all have to be as dear as Photoshop. So join us next time, where we're going to look at Photoshop and how bloated and how difficult it is, or how simple they've made it in Creative Cloud. So check in with us next time. If you like what you've seen here and it's helpful, just post the comments below, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we'll see you next time.